Willie, it's great to speak to you. Obviously, we're a few days after Warrington defeat now. How are the lads and how are you feeling after obviously the game last week?
Yeah, look, I thought the second half was a massive positive for the team. We're all in good spirits. Although we didn't win the game, we didn't get the 2 points. Sometimes you're not gonna win the game, but you're going to achieve a lot in areas that you want to be good at. And for us, that second half, highlighted who we are as a team and what we're all about. So we need to fix up some execution. We had some opportunities to win that game. So as much as we're pleased with that second half performance, we're definitely not satisfied because we want to be winning those tight games.
I suppose that's the positive, isn't it? Like you said, we've spoke a lot about that grind and always giving 110%. And I think that's what you can take away from the Warrington defeat. And quite disappointed, you didn't come away with the 2 points. That's a positive in itself. I know it's not the result you wanted, but like you just reiterated, it's about working and sticking together, and they're definitely showing that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about performance. Like we looked for, and I said it the week before, the media leading into the game, it was all about coming back and responding to what happened against Lee and putting in a good performance. So, the first half or that first 20-minute period, we weren't happy with. We spoke about that at halftime. There were some areas that crept back in our game that we want to get rid of. But the best part is that we soon fixed it up. We fixed it up after halftime. We spoke about it, and then the players responded. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a good performance. We got that. We're looking for a performance that our fans could be proud of. We got that. Although we didn't win the game, there's a lot of good takeaways, a lot of takeaways from that game.
Yeah, there is. I know it's an 80-minute game in it, but starting strong, is that probably an improvement as well? Because I remember the Salford game, even the Wigan as such, it's you've got to compete from the off, aren't you? And sometimes you won't be as fortunate to stay in that grind. Is that something that you're looking to move forward? Obviously, starting a little bit faster and stronger and getting on the front foot from the first whistle.
Yeah, it's a funny one because we've against Wigan, Lee, we'd scored first, Warrington, so we'd scored first. A few times. So our start's not too bad. It's what we're doing off the back of that, and we sort of plateau out. The weekend, we did score first, but we gave a 6 again away in that first set of 6. So we started to put ourselves under a little bit of pressure, but we found a way to come back and put some points on. It's probably after that, that feeling out period that we're plateauing a little bit. So, we've addressed that at training and we've trained accordingly. So, we're hoping to be able to put in a performance or a 40-minute performance in that first half and then have your spell and then put another one in. There's going to be times in any game that momentum changes and swings, but you don't want to be leaking points. That's the key for us. So there's no doubt, again, there'll be periods in this week that Catalans will have the momentum, but it's how you respond and how you handle that. We know what sort of team they are. They're an aggressive team. They come out and try and intimidate you with their line speed and their middles. But we back ourselves in that area as well. So it's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah, they're a very aggressive team, aren't they? I know after the league game you spoke about the pack maybe not being as happy as they thought with the performance. How did you think they went against Warrington? Because they're arguably the most formidable pack at the moment in the league, and Catalan aren't that far behind. So they're going to be definitely a key point out there moving forward on Saturday.
Yeah, mate. I thought it was mixed, to be honest. I thought we handled their big middles well at times, and then other times we didn't. Thomas McKaylee going straight through our middle, Paul Vaughan scoring tries straight through the middle. That's not where we want to be at. So to answer your question, we're not where we need to be there. You can't have that. You can't have middles running straight through other middles and scoring tries. Middles pride themselves in that sort of area. So we're not as much as we improved. We definitely improved, and there's a lot of positives to take out of that game. I thought George King was his best game of the season. So there's some positives to take out, but there's also a lot of work-ons as well.
Yeah, and obviously on to the Catalans game. How are the boys looking? I know I've had a brief update on Matt Parcell, but can you just give us a general injury update going into the game in France?
Yeah, so Matty, he won't play, so he'll have a week off. Matty Staunton's still struggling with his toe. It's not major, so it's more than likely a week. He possibly could have played, but again, because of the depth and the competition we've got in the team, it just gives players an opportunity. I'd rather go over to France and have a team that's fresh, ready to go than worrying about sort of niggling injuries. So they're the two at the moment.
How's Jordan Abdul?
Yeah, Jordan's great. He's come back in the team, obviously, and he's looking good.
Perfect. So no other injuries apart from that, and obviously Abdul could be included as well.
Yeah, that's right, mate.
Yeah, perfect. Obviously, that means Jez will probably start at hooker. I know you've ran with the 2 hookers for the first 4 games. Will you be looking to do that? I know Elliot Minchella's filled in there at times last season. Is that a tactic you'll be running with on Saturday, do you think, or still got some stuff to finalise?
Well, look, we'll have someone there that can cover hooker. We need to, but really looking forward to Jez getting his opportunity. I've always spoken highly of Jez. I think it's a good opportunity to showcase what Jez to show. He's 24 now. He's about to go into his sort of peak years, so it's a really good opportunity for Jez to stamp his authority on this team and show the player that he is. He's got all the skill set. I back him as a coach. His teammates back him. Now it's about Jez going out and fully backing himself and showing what he's capable of. Because Matty Parcell's done a great job the first few games. We are fortunate enough to have 2 hookers, but there's an opportunity for Jez now to go and show what he's all about.
Yeah, there's been plenty of talk about Jez even reaching international calibre at the moment, isn't there? And I think more minutes on the pitch, obviously with the transition England are going through at the minute with McAlorum, ironically plays for Catalan being 35. There's talks of him being in that future plans and stuff. So can you definitely see that as well?
Oh, there's no doubt Jez is capable of that, and he should be aspiring to that. But Jez has got to go out and do it. That's the key. Sean Wayne's going to be looking closely at. I know he likes physical players. I know he likes players that get off the line and whack. And there's a couple of things in Jez's game that he needs to work on at the moment. Which he's working hard on. But Jez has got a skill set. He's got a kick on him. He's crafty out of dummy half, and he's got a bit of pace on the back of quick play the board. So there's no doubt Jez, has the potential to do that. Now it's about doing it. I think it's easy to get carried away and say someone's going to, be an international player. But for me now, Jez has got an opportunity to go play against a really good team over, in France, at their home ground. And as I said, make a mark on this game.
Yeah, moving on to Catalans more in depth. They're obviously unbeaten at the moment. What have you made from them? Like we've mentioned, they are a team who likes to get into the ground, and yeah, they're a very physical outfit, aren't they?
They are. That's what they've won their games on, being extremely physical, getting off the line, intimidating teams. We know what's coming. We know that they're going to be physical. They're playing at home, so hostile environment. But we control our end and what we do. So we need to be looking at that 40 minutes against Warrington. Like for us, you look at the course of the season so far. We've been in every game to win. The last 2 games, we just either discipline or some game management hasn't got us over the line. But what we can never not do is compete as hard as what we have and keep working hard for each other. Because when you do that, when you consistently work hard for each other and you're a consistent team. And what you're know who you are, then the execution and the detail that comes off the back of that for me. So, we're wearing the Queensland jerseys this week. Obviously, 40 years since we beat Queensland. So we're in that jersey this weekend. We spoke about to the players this week. They played the game hard. They played it physical. So we know what our DNA is about, and that's who we are as a team each week. Is to go out. You can never be inconsistent with that. And you can be inconsistent, or your execution at times can be up and down. It's just how games pan out, but you can never be inconsistent with your DNA and who you are.
Have you watched that Queensland game? Have you seen the highlights? There's that famous punch into from Mark Broadhurst as well. Talk about being hard. Have you looked back at it?
Yeah, we watched it this morning. We showed the players. Obviously, it's a special occasion for the players to wear the jersey. It was I didn't know until I come over that was they won that game. Like Wally Lewis played, so Queensland, Australia international legends played in that game, and we beat them. The whole car beat them. So it was a massive achievement. But they won that game through through working hard for each other. It was for being physical and aggressive. And that's as I said, Catalans have that's a type of side they are. But we're going to put that jersey on this weekend. We need to honour the past of the guys that played for our club, obviously the great Mike Smith, and many players that played for our club were physical and tough, and they worked hard for each other.
Yeah, well said. And I'm sure as a New South Waleser, you'd have been extra happy that they got one over the Maroons.
Yeah, always is, mate. Whenever we can get one over those guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, early in the season, many teams go in and out of Catalans. That's what you're going to be doing on Saturday. It's a bit of a longer day. Is there any plans while you're in Perpignan, because we're not flying over and then getting straight into the game? Is it going to be more of like a relaxing session leading up to it? Have you got any plans at the moment?
Yeah, no. We'll be relaxing, and it's for us similar to. I know you're on a flight, but it's similar. We went to Salford and won that game. And it's a similar, going into that game, it's a similar build-up. So for us, the only difference is you hop on a plane instead of, a longer bus ride. So, we've done it in COVID. We do it every couple of weeks where you need to travel. As I say, the difference is it's a plane trip. It's a mindset. It can be difficult, but we've got some things around making it, so the players don't have any reason to not be at their best. So our preparation will be in line with that. I won't go too much into that, but what we're doing is the players won't have any excuse for not being able to go out and perform. Yes, it is a tough trip. Yes, teams go over there, and you can come back, with some big scores against you. But again, you're in control of that. You're in control of the attitude. You're in control of how you turn up and prepare. And if we play like we did, as I said, like for me, that second half of Warrington should give this team some strong belief in what they've done over the course of the 4 weeks of what we're capable of. Because, the biggest compliment, I think, Daryl Powell after the game was saying that, that was the best win that they've had this season. They're a quality side, and we took them to the 12th round and just we kept punching away, and they got us on points. So it was a lot of pleasing things to take out, and it should give the players a lot of belief.
And those who obviously aren't going over to France, they're in contention. The reserve campaign starts at the weekend. I know you're a big fan of that, and I'm sure you'll be watching that next week. Does that mean Dave Hodgson obviously won't be going to France as he's the head coach now?
No, Hodgie's very important to what we do with the first team and getting the players ready. So he's going to be coming to France. But we've got Jace Netherton who's looking after, because it was obviously we've got some academy players. He heads our academy. But Hodgie will be coaching throughout the season. But yeah, he'll be coming with us to France. But yeah, great opportunity for players that haven't played. They've been waiting to play. We've delved into our squad a fair bit. So there are quite a few that have played first team, but there's some that haven't as well. So looking forward to seeing those guys play and getting some rugby.
Perfect. So I just wanted to finish, Willie, on obviously the IMG criteria, the initial criteria has been released now. Have you as a club had a look at it? And obviously, what's your initial thoughts on it being from a league that's based on franchising, and now the Dolphins are in a 15-man comp? Is it now the NRL or 17? What's the way forward in your opinion?
Look, mate, being honest, I leave that to Paul, our CEO, and then we communicate. So obviously we've got the right people in the right places working on and making those decisions. So I don't really have an opinion on it at the moment, mate.
No worries. Well, best of luck Saturday, and I will speak to you over the weekend.
Cheers, Joe. Thank you, mate.